You're live, so they told me, but I'm feeling dead. This is the Aaron Zero show, and this is another edition of today's noise. And what can we say? The world is full of noise. The Iran situation has not ended because Mr. Trump doesn't have any more cards to play, and any cards that he would have to play would be made in China. So he's continuing to bomb Iranian positions wherever he can or wherever his forces can. And Iran is replying back by attacking US bases in Kuwait and Bahrain. So it's basically a stalemate. And this whole mess was created by Mr. Trump and his little puppet state called Israel. And the funny thing is that the puppet state Israel has not listened to his orders. They are continuing to bomb and uh, put rockets on Beirut and Lebanon in spite of being told to cut down and pull back. So Mr. Netanyahu is, besides being a war criminal, he's quite a madman to say the least. And he plans on maybe a Gaza like destruction in Lebanon. So President Macron had already called for a UN Security Council meeting. I don't know what the result of that is, except there are 70 countries already against Israel, starting with South Africa, which early on had described Israel as an apartheid state, which it is. And the South Africans got it right before anybody else. And of course, now Spain has said that it will have severe sanctions against Israel if this so called war continues. And Iran has vowed to attack Israel if the war continues. So that is where we are at the moment. And countries are scrambling to get other sources of crude oil, natural gas, etc. India somehow has managed to get some sources locked up, and apparently UAE supplies will be locked in, and probably natural gas will also come from that side. But the whole situation is in a mess solely because of Mr. Trump, and he doesn't know what to do now. He's in a end game situation. He's trying to pull out of the whole game saying that he's the winner. And unfortunately, that is not going to be the case. Time is not on his side. And as the commentator said, time is on Iran's side. So Iran is playing a waiting game. And as they rightly said, they don't wonder about his words, they wonder about the actions. And so they are more worried about the actions of the US forces nearby. Where are they going to bomb next? And that is how they are planning it day by day. And of course, in other news, Mr. Trump has received setbacks for his renaming of the Kennedy Center as the Trump Center. A judge has quashed that order. And then another judge has quashed his weaponization fund, or slush fund as it's called, or cop beater fund, as what one senator called it. And it's $1 billion fund which has been given the slammer, so to speak. So those are two setbacks for him right there. And the primary elections are going on in the various states, including California. So we will see how that comes out. And of course, the midterm elections are there in November. So the Iranians can play a waiting game right till November, and by then some situation should change, and maybe Mr. Trump will not have that much power, or maybe he'll be out of power. So only time will tell on that. In the local news, they have forecast that the El Nino is going to come and create a little havoc with the usual monsoon because it's a warm water wind and it changes the weather patterns. So we might have less rain, which is a bad thing because most of India depends upon its monsoon for the farming season. So it depends now how good a rainfall India will have. But it has not dampened the enthusiasm in the stock markets for the release of IPOs, and the Oyo brand is going to be launching an IPO. It has been given the nod by the SEBI for a 6,600 crore IPO. And Hindustan Coca-Cola Holdings also will be launching an IPO, which will be about $1 billion. And then Geo also will be launching an IPO for about $1 billion. National Stock Exchange also will be launching an IPO for about $1 billion. Zepto will also be launching an IPO, while PhonePe and Flipkart, which are owned by Walmart, are wanting to wait the time till this West Asia crisis is over. So those are upbeat trends in the stock market, and India's position in the market cap apparently has slipped to seventh place behind Taiwan and South Korea. India's market cap at current rate is 4.9 trillion, while Taiwan and South Korea are above 5 trillion. USA is supposed to be number one at 79 trillion, but I think that figure is wrong because the whole entire US stock market had a market cap originally of about 50 trillion. So I don't know where the extra 20 trillion came from. And China has a market cap of about 16 trillion. So those are the latest figures to come out. On the beverage front, beer and the sodas, etc., which are using aluminum, would be getting more expensive because the price of aluminum is going up. And so that will be reflected in the beer price, though we hope not. We can't say. But of course, the price point will be passed on to the customer. And that is all we have for you. Subscribe and thank you for watching.